Hello, welcome. My name's Clive Snell. I'm the CEO of ConTech Live, and I'm joined today by Kat Baldanza, who's the Operations and Events Director for ConTech Live. We're really excited to be launching this brand new podcast entitled The Shifting Sands of Content Transformation. And today we just wanted to talk to you a little bit about what we're going to be doing, what the plans for ConTech look like, how you can get involved, and that type of thing. ConTech has been going now for nearly 5 years. It's a series of conferences which specialise and focus entirely on the intersection of content, technology and chaos. There's a huge amount going on there. Technology is changing the way content works, from creation to dissemination to consumption. And ConTech sits very firmly in that position. We are now looking at what we're going to do through 2022. First off, we've got an exciting new look. Kat, do you want to say a few words about the new look?
So this is very much a visual rebranding. We decided that actually we wanted to have something that was bright, full of colour, but also looked at the transformation. So we chose the butterfly because the butterfly transforms from a caterpillar into a butterfly, and we squarely believe that that's where we sit. So we really want to help people transform their businesses through content, through the conferences and the forums and the series that we do. And so we chose bright colours and a butterfly as our symbol.
Fantastic. We've taken the new look and we've applied it to some of the things that we've done in the past. And we've also got some new things, and we're just going to talk a little bit about that today as well. Traditionally, we've done a forum, which was a one-day event halfway through the year, where we invited a lot of our speakers, delegates back to just get updates on what's been going on. A very popular format, but we do feel that we can do more with that. So this time out, we're going to have a series of smaller forum events running through the summer, and we talk to you about that a little bit more later. We've also just launched a brand new API series. Kat, do you want to talk a little bit about that?
So we spoke to and have worked with a group of people that are within the API industry who were very keen to see something come out in terms of a conference or a webinar or an explorathon or something around the whole API. And so we've worked closely with them to develop a whole series of events, starting with our first one on the 9th of June, which will look at basically what APIs are. And then we'll follow it with an API 101, and then start to really work with a lot of businesses who use APIs, talk to a lot of people who deal with APIs, and basically get it out there as to what exactly APIs are and how they can work with your business. But we do believe that the series sits in line with our overall theme.
Absolutely, 100%. We've also developed and got out a brand new website, which you can go to at contech.live. If you go there, you're going to see all the relevant dates, the locations for our hybrid events, and as we announce speakers and so on and so forth for each of our events, and you can sign up there and you can look at registering for us to keep you up to date with various things. We want to reach out more and more, hence this podcast, with the community. ConTech has been very much about community. There is an enormous amount of change going on at the high level in long-established content businesses. And ConTech is very much about creating events and opportunities for people in that situation to come together, to network, to learn and to share, to make their day-to-day jobs that little bit easier, to actually learn things. We particularly at the moment are seeking speakers to come to talk to us for our main event. Kat, do you want to talk a little bit about what the main event consists of so far?
So every year we run our flagship ConTech event. And it is basically a 2-day conference that takes place in London and online. We very much want to be part of the hybrid community these days, because we do feel that actually what happens is when you're in person, a lot of people who can't travel miss out. And so when we go back to talking about the community that Clive was talking around, we want to make sure that everybody has the ability to attend. So by going hybrid, speakers that potentially we couldn't normally have due to other commitments, we can now invite and can speak at the event. But also at the same time, delegates who would want to come but can't commit to the travel are able to attend online. We have been fortunate to find a platform that allows us to do this and also allows people online to communicate and network with each other. So it's a 2-day event in November, the 29th and 30th. And it's an event that basically sits square in the middle of our transformation piece.
And we'll be inviting some old friends and hopefully a lot of new people to come along. And our community is made up of a wide and varied selection of job titles: senior publishing people, CEOs, CTOs, CDOs, technologists and information scientists who are very much in the front line of consuming research, professional information. ConTech is recruiting speakers right now. If you have stories to tell, if you have experiences of transformation, of the workflows of organizations, we'd be really interested to hear from you in the very near future, please. And you can go to our website, contech.live, to link up with us. We've got a very big and growing community on LinkedIn, which is another way to link with us. What other ways can people get in touch with us, Kat?
As you mentioned earlier, you can fill in the forms that are on our website, which where you can specifically choose which areas of what we do you're interested in. You can also contact us via Twitter. We do quite a bit on Twitter. And as Clive mentioned, LinkedIn. So you just need to go to contech.live and fill in those forms.
Brilliant. So that's pretty much what we wanted to talk about in terms of the way that we see the next few months and the year unfolding. As far as the podcast goes, we will be producing interviews with potential speakers, people who have committed to us. We'll be talking to other delegates. We'll be feeding back from the community through the podcast, interesting developments and what's new, bringing you up to date with news events, other features and opinion pieces. And again, if you would like to participate with one of our podcasts, also, please do get in touch. We feel that this particular space at the moment is really, really exciting. There is a huge amount of change going on. We're seeing the whole of science shifting from narrative to data. And ConTech is very firmly at that heartland. And if that is something that concerns you, that you're interested in, that you're engaged with, please do get in touch.
Then the one thing I just want to add on, and we talked briefly about Forum a bit earlier and said we'd update you a little bit more on where that is. Forum is basically a series of events that we ask speakers that have spoken to us before to tell us where they've got to now. Because the one thing that ConTech and the team here are very keen to do is to make sure that the community has the opportunity to access our events, which is, some are paid for events, but we do quite a lot of events that are free. We want the community to talk to each other. We want the community to grow. And we know that that's not going to happen just by attending one conference a year. So it's definitely looking at cultural change and also how we've moved from one place to the other, or actually how businesses can go from one to the next part of their business without any kind of what would you say? Without any flaws. I mean, we're basically putting forward a conference where you can learn how to do it, where people have made mistakes, where people have got it right, success stories, failure stories, so that you as a business can move forward in the correct way for you. But the forum is looking at where people, very squarely, where people have done it before. And again, like I said, it also looks at where it's gone right and where it's gone wrong, and how people have moved forward themselves personally. So do take a look at the website, do sign up for it. If you have spoken before, if you have been to one of our conferences before, we'd love to hear from you. And as we say, we're just going to keep growing this community because we do feel that it's an important thing to do.
Thanks, Kat. Thanks for our listeners to this podcast for joining us. And we very, very sincerely hope to see you at one of our events very, very soon. Thank you.
Thank you.